Hey guys, hope everyone's having a good day and is ready for another technical analysis. This is not going to be part of my underrated throwers series because I don't think she's underrated at all. This is Chase Jackson or Chase Ely. Chase Jackson now that she's married, but prior to that, she was known as Chase Ely, two-time world champion, multiple-time indoor world championship medalist. Several honors, including the American record that she took from Carter, and PR of 2076. One of the most consistent women over 20 meters, consistently a world number one. I mean, consistently at the top of medals. And podium finishes, and just overall a very consistent athlete. It's not the Olympics, but whatever. I believe in her for 28. But yeah, we're gonna get into her technique. I was previously just watching a Ashley Kovacs like kind of thing on her Instagram. If you guys don't know who she is, she's the wife of Joe Kovacs and the coach of Joe Kovacs as well. Post Art Venegas, and yeah, overall, I mean, she's proved to be a super fantastic coach. Obviously, not just coaching Joe, which already in itself you're a go-to coach, but also she has coached several and plenty of really good NCAA throwers as well. And the reason I'm talking about her is because something she said in this, um, in that teaching, really spoke to me, and we're gonna see if we can see it in what Chase Jackson does. It's weird calling her Chase. I'm so used to calling her Chase Ely, but Chase Jackson. All right, so this is just a whole progression from her Instagram. Right here, and just a whole progression of a half turn to static fulls, non-reverse, to just regular non-reverse throws, to um, reverse fulls, and it's really interesting her progression, the way she approaches it. But I think she probably hits the best, most consistent positions in the game, and she has like some of the most basic technique, and I mean that in the best way possible because I love basic technique, because basic technique is repeatable, and it's a reason why she's so consistent. And I also think she probably has the best right side uh, release in the entire game for women's shot put. Her release and her positions in the release is absolutely insane on her right side. Um, but obviously, because she is a consistent mid to high 20-meter thrower, which is nowadays like throwing 22. And I hope that she, along with like Shielder and Min, both throw over 21 this year. I'm just waiting for someone to do it. The last woman to do it that was not on a buttload of steroids was Valerie Adams, who's arguably the greatest shot putter of all time, both men's and women's. It's either her or Krauser. Um, and yeah, but let's actually get into the technique. Um, so let me just play this. So we're just gonna start with this. So I like the setup, and you just gotta notice her right side is insane. Now I know what you're gonna say, like, oh, she's not blocking. Well, we're gonna get to that. All right. So one, this is a training throw, so she's not going all out. She's just trying to hit positions, just really nice, clean releases, clean throws. As you can see, back to work, definitely tired today. So she's tired. So when you're tired, don't try and throw hard because you're just gonna develop bad habits and compensate for being tired and trying to force positions. Just throw nice, easy range throws, and she's going to do that all on these throws, and they're going to be super nice, easy. You see, like that stick right there. So she's targeting a stick. I call it like target practice or range throws. And range throws means like you just pick a distance, and then every throw needs to be at that distance, basically. So like if you're like your PR is like 50 feet, range throw like 45. And that should be like a very easy throw. If you're like a consistent 50-foot shot putter, like you should be able to throw 45 feet with really not that much effort. And if you can't, then you're not throwing that efficiently. Or you're just really tired. In that case, don't throw that day at least. But let's get into the actual technique. All right, I've rambled long enough. So, love her starting position. Left left foot facing where she wants to go. Beautiful. One of my biggest pet peeves is when the left foot is there. It's just like pointing that way. That's lazy, and you're not torqued in the hips and the upper body, and it's not actually mimicking what the drill is supposed to do. So a half turn is supposed to be, once you sprint out the back, you don't sprint out the back. It's hard to sprint forward when your foot's facing that way. So it needs your positions in your progression to your full throw, from your stance to your halves to your souths or whatever your progression is. They need to mimic the positions you're going to be in the full. So I really like that, if I could draw a straight line, that her left foot is pointed where she wants to go. Her right foot mimics where she wants it to land, 90. I love that her weight's a little bit on the back of a little bit back on the left foot, because this is supposed to mimic the timing of, you don't want all your, I know some people do this. It's more of a style thing, or what you're comfortable with. I prefer just super upright here, super stacked, right hip, very nice here, facing that way. Hips under her, so she's not sticking her butt out or anything. And so this is why I mentioned Ashley Kovacs. So she was saying in a post either this morning or yesterday or whatever, you want to think of, basically in summation, because I don't remember word for word what she said, but what at least I got out of it is you want to think of every position you land in double support. You want to think, can I land like this in a depth jump? And if you don't know what a depth jump is, so if there's like a stair, like an elevated staircase or something, and you jump from the top stair to the stair below it and absorb the force. It's hard to demonstrate with lines. Just Google a depth jump if you don't know what that is. But basically, what you want is oh, sorry, I just received the text. Sorry, my bad. What you want is to think, can I land in this position and not get injured? One. And two, can I land in this position and be stable and not move around? And then three, can I land in this position from a depth jump and jump again? So if she landed like this in a depth jump, can she jump up again right away and be reactive? And the answer is yes, because she's stacked and here. Now, if her left foot was pointed that way and her right foot was pointed that way, that's not a very safe position. If you tried to land like that in a depth jump, you're probably going to break your knees. All right. So I think that's a very good way of thinking about positions, because it's like, if you wouldn't feel safe jumping like that and landing like that, then why are you landing like that? Because, the throw is a plyometric. So even though you're not jumping necessarily, it uses the same principles. It's reaction speed, it's timing. That's why throwers, you see them do so many plyometrics, continuous broad jumps and all that. So I think that's a very good thing. So I'm going to keep referring to that as we go through her progression. All right, so she's here. I really like that she is starting with the right hip. I would like her to be just a little bit more, if I was her coach, just like a little more shoulder level, and for her left foot not to turn that much. I think her right foot could have turned a little sooner, but I mean, that's a very nitpicky thing. If I had any of my athletes throw like this, that's great. First of all, I'd love to coach an athlete as good as her, but very few athletes are. So the likelihood of that is not good, but whatever. It's a dream. So she gets here. Now she turns to the right. And I love the separation in her knees. Very nice. I like that she's keeping a wrap here. And when she lands, really like that. I think she landed just a little bit open. I would like her to land more like here, maybe. Uh, yeah, just like a hair better. But I mean, again, she's tired. Nice, easy range throws. So positions aren't necessarily going to be perfect. It's more just feeling out. But this is what I want to get to. Like even this position is not that bad at all. We could always be better. All right. But this position actually, before I get into that, I really like that her left arm is long and that she's starting to get her proud chest at the front. Um, I like that her left foot is facing that way so that it's easier for her to turn her right hip because now her hips are open. And now look at this position. She can jump out of this position. She can land in a death jump out of this position. It's very stable, very stacked, and you're going to see what that results in. So she goes here. The left arm clears. Now she's pushing into the ground. Look at this right side. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Right there. You see how she just attacks? Now again, she could have turned her right foot just a little bit more, like like a Fabian Krauser. Again, those are like extreme examples. Like this is fine. But you notice the right foot is only off the ground after the shot is pretty much out of her hand. And you notice too how she keeps looking at the shot as well. Like her head is still facing the sector and her shoulders not really square, but her hips are square to the sector. And then she reaches out. Now, her block. People are like, she gets I think a big criticism that she doesn't really block that much. I'll give you a little secret. Unless it's like you're actually focusing on it and it's super technical throws, most actual reverse throwers don't really have a strong block on their non-reverses. It's just good enough to have the right side work and stuff. And the reason why is because they want to feel like it's a reverse. So you see how she's attacking the toe board and she doesn't try and save the throw. This is what I call reverse non-reverse. Now, if she was actually a true non-reverser in comp, that heel would be a little more down, a little more of a bent knee. This left side would not move, and she would have a way stronger block. But she's trying to mimic the feeling she wants in a reverse, and you see a whole lot of elite to goat throwers, non that are reversers, non-reverse like this, and that's the reason why it's all about feeling. Because I mean, if you ask her to hit a proper textbook like block, I would bet money that she can, because you don't get to be this good without having fundamentals, and I can guarantee any thrower at this kind of level can do that. So it's more about feel at this point, especially if you're just doing range throws. It's not really about positions, even though, she's so good, she just hits positions no matter what. It's more about feel once you get to just feeling good, feeling positions out, feel the throw happen. All right. So it's a very nice, but oh my God, her right side is so beautiful. Oh my God. All right. Let's get out of the half turn. Oh my God, I'm really popular today. People just keep texting me all the time. So this is a static. Let's just watch it just in its entirety. Super nice, just like all her throws. So it's not an open foot static, but it's a non-wind static. So open foot static would be like if her left foot was pointed that way and already like turned, and then it's a non-wind because she's open here and just turning. So I like to think of static. You can do it a couple ways. You can wind, stop, and then go, or you can wind, turn the left foot, but nothing else, and then go. Or you can start like this. It just depends on what you're trying to work on. If you have trouble turning the left foot, I would say pre-turn it already, just to get that feeling in your body of turning it, basically, and what it's supposed to be like. But this isn't a video on that. This is about Chase Jackson, so let's get to that. First of all, this position right here is like what basically perfect for what I teach. And that is a little bit wider than shoulder width apart in terms of the stance. I know those lines are absolutely terrible, but whatever. Not super upright, but nice, relaxed, upright, little quarter squat. And when she's not winding, but when she goes, the left arm clears, so it allows her to turn her legs easier, just like in the front of the throw. So she gets here, and now she turns. And normally this would be like a problem for like not very good throwers, because she's technically open. But watch what she does in the middle, and this is something I say all the time. What makes Tom Walsh so good is that you can throw your arm as fast as you can out the back without moving your legs, as long as you're gonna hold your chest in the middle and allow your legs to throw. Oh my God, sorry. Your legs to work around your upper body and get a head in the middle to the front. That's really the most important thing. So it's more of a comfort thing. Obviously, if you're like a beginner, I would not recommend trying to do this. It's a very advanced thing and a very tricky thing to handle. So you need to be good, like she is. But the other thing with the starting position is her knees are pointed out. She's a little in a duck foot stance, so her feet aren't pointed forward, and this allows her hips to be open and allows her to actually turn a lot easier and keep her stack. So she turns, doesn't pick up the right foot. I'm sorry. Yeah, wait, yeah. Doesn't pick up the right foot until the left is pointed towards 90. Very nice. Gets a super wide sweep. Love that. Again, this is a static throw. I think she could have got a little bit more over, and it's fine. I think this might be a little too extreme. I think she could have turned her left foot just a little bit sooner out the back. But again, that's a little bit of a nitpick. But look at how she holds the chest here. Very nice. Oh, but before we get to that, this position. She can jump out of this position. She can land in this position. Very, very nice, stable position. And then from here, look at how she holds this left arm. So she goes here, stops the left side, lets the sweep go. She's still holding the left. And now she goes, and now look at where she is. Very nice. Super nice stack. She can jump out of this position. She can land in a death jump out of this position. Just so nice. And then, oh my God, her right side. There. This is what I come to know with Chase Healy. Is look at how she works the ground here. So if you notice this little crease in the foot right here, and watch what it does. So she lands here, very nice, and then she pushes into the ground, turns, and now the shot's out of her hand, and she releases it. Super, super nice, stable, easy throw. All right, this is just another static. Okay, now she in recent years, I forget if it was last year or I think it was last year, she adopted the Krauser slide, and has had great success with it. And I think we're going to start to see more and more people start doing this, because now people are starting to see that it's working with other throwers besides someone like Krauser. So really, really nice here. So she goes, and you notice that the left foot is pointed that way. So then when she steps, she can feel her hips opening a lot better. And now look at this is what I'm talking about, over the left. And you notice too, she's much better turning the left foot here than in her statics, because it's just hard to do statics. But with this, with a Krauser slide, it's really easy to get over your left a lot better. and she does a fantastic job. Yeah, so this is a lot better position right here. So she goes here, lands super nice. Yeah, that's better. That's way better. Really nice here. And then watch what she does. Just beautiful. Beautiful lift as well. Oh my god. Like, she throws it almost exactly how I want all my athletes to look like, pretty much. Not saying I want all my athletes to do the croucher slide, but shoot. Just position wise, I mean, there's really nothing I can say that's I can like nitpick here and there. Okay, finally, a reverse. Okay. So blah 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 blah. She gets here now with her reverse. Same position as the non-reverse. Does the same thing with the non-reverse. Same position. Now she's just off the ground a little because now she's reversing. But so let's see. Left foot's there. Where does her right go? So she under rotated just a little bit. But still fantastic. Again, it's just a range throw. But look at this position. Oh my god, that's so beautiful. Square hips, square chest to the sector, and just works out. Oh my god, that's just textbook what you want your right side to do. Just absolutely fantastic. But yeah, hope you guys learned something in this video. I rarely do videos with like half turns and static throws, like critiquing them. I've talked to them, I guess maybe sometimes, but I've never actually like analyzed someone doing them. But if you guys want me to do more videos like that, then sure, I can do that. And let me know if there's anybody else you want me to analyze or anything. But yeah, overall, I mean, oh god, I mean, there's not really. I have to really be an asshole to like really nitpick what the things I don't like about her throws. Because again, this is training. She's tired. She's just doing some range throws. I mean, she's just kind of just throwing. Just I highly doubt. Again, I'm not there. I don't know, but if I had to guess, I would think she's just trying to have some fun, just throwing, trying to just get the work in. Obviously, she's working on stuff, but I don't know what that stuff is. But when you're doing range throw sessions, it's all about tempo. It's all about feel. Like, I want you to look at just like the tempo of these, of like this actual full throw. Like, I know that seems like really powerful and fast, but that's like almost like a half speed throw for her. That's a little more of what she does for comp, but like that's like a warm up throw for her in comp. Like, she's not going very fast for her standards. So it's just a nice, easy throw. But overall, I mean, her coach, Paul Wilson, I've met once, um, and didn't get a chance to talk to him because he was coaching. But just awesome, awesome guy to talk to. I really only said hi and like a couple other things, but I wish I was able to pick his brain a little. But yeah, overall, just a fantastic thrower, and yeah, I really wish she can get an Olympic medal, though. That's the only thing missing on her trophy list. But whatever. Oh well. But yeah, wish her luck this season. Not that she or anybody else cares about that, but yeah. Other than that, thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see you all later.